Battlefront 2 has got a massive problem right now, and this is a bit sad and frustrating considering the amazing positive sentiment that's been going on the past 5 to 7 days with all the people playing and loving the game. But I don't think all hope is lost, because I and many others have been through a situation like this before in Battlefield, and DICE, who make Battlefront 2, actually did fix the issue with those old games. So we're going to get into it today. So the cheating slash hacking situation in the game is dreadful at the moment, and I think that this has been brought to the forefront because of a few big streamers who've been playing the game. Obviously the resurgence has brought this on as well. Things that are popular are going to attract attention, but there's a number of high profile streamers who've tried to play the game live and stream it, but every time they join a game, usually Galactic Assault, their games get hacked. And what I mean by this is the hackers can actually completely break the game for you. So they join the server, I think, or they can do this remotely. I'm not entirely sure. They can, number one, crash the server, so everyone just gets kicked back to the main menu. They can lag the server, so your game looks like it's running at 5 FPS, which is unplayable. They can also turn you into a drone or a free cam that forces you frame by frame to walk off the edge of the map, and then you just die because you're in the out of bounds area. And they can also spam messages in the chat, like global admin messages, as if they were from DICE, saying that the lobby's under control of hackers now. And this happened to a couple of people I was watching yesterday. It happened to Moist Critical, it happened to Shroud a few days ago. Stod, my friend, he's been affected by this too when he tried to stream the game a few days back. XQC, I think, had it as well. And there's many others. And this isn't just a problem that's been affecting streamers. I've done a bit of research into this today, and it seems to me over the past year and a half or so on PC, the hacking situation is out of control now. And a lot of people in certain regions, especially in North America, are really struggling to play the game on PC because a lot of the lobbies that they're in are just getting destroyed by these bad actors. Of course, on console, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't happen. So if you're playing on console, you'll be fine. But I think with the game having this massive wave, this comeback right now, it's ramped up again. And there's a lot more PC players this time. I feel like PC has exploded. It's kind of reared its ugly head and exposed it to everyone. So it's pretty bad. I don't understand why these people do this, because people are just playing the game. They're just trying to enjoy it, whatever. Surely they could just play the game instead and enjoy it. I'll never understand that way of thinking. But like I said, I don't think all hope is lost, because I think if we make a big enough stink about this, if we talk about it and get people spreading the message, DICE will actually care and they will try and fix this, because they're probably making money from this game again. Just in terms of sales, I know that they got rid of the microtransactions and everything, but new players will be buying this game, playing it. The player population will go up. It's good for their profile. It's creating a lot of buzz, positive sentiment about the game. So potentially they might be having conversations with Disney about developing Battlefront 3 or new Star Wars games. I just want to add here, I don't think it's all about money either, because I do feel like DICE and the developers who made this game really care about it, and they care about the legacy of it. Maybe there's just not enough attention being brought to this particular issue right now. But if I was a developer who worked on this, putting in years of work into it, effort, sweat, tears, and then in the end it turns out to be such a good game, I'd like to think that seeing this would have an impact on them, and they would care that when people were playing this game they worked so hard on, many of the players trying to enjoy the game were just being destroyed by cheaters. So it's in their best interest to try and fix this problem, because if they don't fix it, they're just going to end up with a load of bad press, negativity, bad sentiment, Steam review bombs again. It ain't going to go well. But as I said, this was fixed in previous Battlefield games. So a bit of context for you. BF 2042 released in November 2021, I think, and it was a really bad launch of the game. Lots of technical problems, many features that were missing. The game just wasn't it. And because of that, a lot of the Battlefield fans went back and started playing a couple of the older titles that were still really popular. Those were Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. They also got released on Steam too, so there was a big boost in players there. Unfortunately, because those games hadn't been updated for years, again, kind of like Battlefront 2, cheaters were a big problem. And they were doing stuff like spawning in guns that couldn't be unlocked, forcing people to die, crashing the servers, similar kind of things than what you're seeing here. And it was really getting out of hand, which was a shame. And that was also affecting EA DICE's bottom line, because a lot of these games were being sold in Steam sales. I remember I put a video together about this because I thought, okay, so you got this Steam sale on right now. You can buy BF5 for $2 or BF1 for $2. BF1's an amazing Battlefield game, by the way. BF5 definitely started off bad, but they improved it a lot, added the Pacific content. I'm digressing. But imagine you were a new player who picked these games up in the Steam sale, you booted it up, and then every match is just infested with cheaters. not a great experience, is it? And people will feel like you're just taking advantage of them. So the community talked about this. I and many other content creators made videos about it, shed some light on it. And shortly after, DICE responded and they committed to updating the anti-cheat for these older games. So BF1 got the new EA anti-cheat, which is a kernel level anti-cheat, fixed a lot of those problems. BF5 got the same treatment, kernel level anti-cheat, fixed a lot of those problems. And they've made more of a concerted effort to keep the anti-cheat updated and combat cheaters on those older titles, which I think is great. I enjoy going back and playing those games, and I enjoy making content on them. And I like the fact that I can just load up BF1 on any given Sunday, play a couple rounds, have a good time, and not have to worry about all those problems that we used to have to worry about. Also, BF 2042, they just announced a secure boot anti-cheat, which is coming soon. So they're obviously thinking about their older games and trying to protect them. So now they've got to think about this seriously. There's still people monitoring this game because the servers are running. They got triple XP. I noticed that they activated that today. So they're actually looking at it. They need to go in and actually commit a team or some money to update the anti-cheat for this game. Yes, I don't think that this hype wave is going to keep growing and growing and growing, but it will definitely level off at a higher place than it was before. But if there's cheaters everywhere, that's just going to kill the game on PC. It's a bad look for them. I think with the goodwill that the community and the player base has given them, they should take this seriously, figure out how people are doing this, and the people that are doing this, look at their backend systems, their servers, develop a way to combat it, maybe even update the anti-cheat so it's something a lot more protected and secure than what's currently in the game, because it's clearly just a paper wall right now, isn't it? I did say too that this isn't just a problem that's happened with streamers. There's plenty of evidence if you look on the Battlefront subreddit where people complained about this ages ago. There's a couple of posts I found that I will look at in a second. Here's a couple of posts on the subreddit from people who are just playing the game. They're not streaming it. This one was from 19 days ago, so that's really before the big resurgence started. The user here was called Connect Story. They said, I was playing with friends on Battlefront 2 and all of a sudden we get put in just a flying cam with a guy spamming in chat, subscribe to his YouTube. We've played for around a week with no issues, and we can't get a game after without it being hacked. We just want to enjoy a Star Wars game you can play with a group of friends. How did they have fun just ruining a server? Can't EA fix this issue? This was a video from Kamikaze786 from 6 days ago. As you can see, the round hasn't even started, and the hacker's taken over the server, put everybody in this weird camera. Eventually they get taken out of bounds and die. The game's over. This one's from a year ago from Din Jarrus. Hacking has got so bad on PC, I didn't catch the video in time, but before this, I could see the hackers uploading strings of code into the Galactic Assault server and preventing anyone from playing or joining. So this has been going on for a while. There's evidence of it, and it's happening to many people who are playing it. It's not just high-profile streamers. The point is, it's a big issue that's affecting everybody. I think I've been quite lucky since I've come back and played the game because I haven't experienced anything like this playing in EU. And additionally, I don't live stream the game. I'm just recording, so no one would really know what servers I was in anyway. But I think that I have got lucky with it so far, and just because it hasn't happened to me doesn't mean it's not happening to other people. Obviously it is. There's plenty of examples of it. And that's it really. I just wanted to say my piece on that. DICE should actually respond to this, I think, because it's going to get out of control really quick if they don't. Yeah, I'm not a game dev, but if it's not that much of a difficult thing to implement the new anti-cheat into Star Wars Battlefront 2, please just go ahead and do it. You'll get so many brownie points from the community, which at the moment is really positive and engaged about your game. Hold on to that, don't lose it. And now finally, I wanted to ask you guys a question. People have mentioned something called Kyber servers, and apparently they don't have cheats on. I don't know how. I don't know what they are. I think they're modded servers, but I'm not entirely sure. So let me know down in the comments below what those are. But yeah, that's it. DICE, EA should respond to this. Nip it in the bud before it gets out of control. That's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop me a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.